This is the most wanted Nazi in the world today. He's believed to still be alive at age 93.
Aribert Heim was a member of Hitler's SS. He killed hundreds using methods that are painful even to contemplate. He often refused to administer anesthetic despite acquiring the name Dr. Death.
"64 years after the end of World War II, the horrors of the Holocaust remain for some far from history. Ephraim Zorov is one of the world's last Nazi hunters.
The very notion that someone like myself, who was born after World War II, spent most or practically his entire adult life hunting Nazis is absurd. In other words, this is something that should have been done long before I started, right when I was born. And in theory, there should have been nothing for me to do. But that's not the reality. The reality is, of course, very different. Every name of every place here, in a sense, is a story of mass murder. But I have to say, this is not a personal thing for me. This is the tragedy of the Jewish people. And as such, it deserves that the effort be made.
Over the last 30 years, Zorov has helped track down and prosecute over 24 Nazi war criminals, including Dinko Sakic, commandant of the Jasnovac concentration camp, and Aleksandras Lalekis, the commander of the notorious Lithuanian security police. Now he has drawn up a list of those still at large, and he's determined to catch them all.
Listen, some of them are over 90, but some of them are under 90. The question is whether or not they're healthy and they understand what's going on. And all of these people...
He's called this final campaign Operation Last Chance. There's substantial money on offer for anyone providing information that leads to the arrest or conviction of one of his targets. All the suspects are either in their late 80s or early 90s, and time is literally running out.
We're in the... We're standing now in the exact room where Dr. Aribert Heim performed his operations, castrations, and dirty work. This is the place. This is where it all took place. He was clearly a sadist. And the experiments, in quotation marks, that he carried out had very little to do with science, but more with his lust to torture, humiliate his victims. So this is from the operation book. It's basically a log of all the operations carried out. So on October 8th, 1941, we find an entry for Dr. Heim. And it says here that 18 inmates were operated on, of whom one was a Dutch Jew, Max Heftman, another prisoner named Jacob Wertheim, and they died shortly after those operations. The next day, 7 prisoners. One is named specifically, a man named Friedrich Fischer. Next day, 7 prisoners. Next day, 2 prisoners, one of whom was a Spaniard, in this case, Florentino Garcia. October 16th, Josef Schmidt. October 17th, Samuel Berg, Moritz Schaap, Aaron van Gelderen. October 18th, Ludwig Stockfelmacher. November 4th, Joab Conejero. November 5th, Fernando Masip, Manuel Siez. November 12th, Just Florinin. November 17th, Arthur Dietrich, Peter Schutz, Wilhelm Gerke, Emil Salmich. November 19th, Milan Jakovic. There's still a feeling of frustration.